to do the Q-tips. Oh, you're ordering the fucking back. Just need two of them. Give me. Oh.
Seven-time U.S. Open Sandcastle champions. That's so cool. It'll endure the test of the highest weight at the highest drop with very little damage. I'm really convinced of that. The U.S. Capitol is great. Yeah, I love all the buildings there. Who did that? The Gherkin. Yeah, the Gherkin right here. Very nice. This is beautiful. I mean, I feel bad for guys trying to hit it. I am just very concerned about aiming. The city is not that big, so before we get to that drop, we're gonna try to hit this swimming pool with a 100-kilogram or 220-pound mass. Probably go about 500 meters. Try to drop a weight right into this pool. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think we're gonna hit it. In fact, my main concern for the whole day is that we're just not gonna be able to hit anything. And then what was the point coming out here in the first place? These are the questions that I ask myself. So the way we're targeting is with GPS. We're going to take a GPS mark from like the center of the pool. We've also got GPS in the helicopter. We're going to use that to try to line up square over the middle of the pool. So if we're able to hit this pool from 500 meters, then I think we've got a shot.
No.
And I have the coordinates written on there. We're ready to go. We're
For one
professionals.
slice of pizza.
First drop. And it's feeling shaky, I gotta tell you.
The business.
I just don't know, like, why they're circling up that high. Is that 500 meters? That seems really high.
Yeah, that's. Oh. Oh, this shit is not what I'm watching, bro. What?
to airborne attack, the Kremlin won't let it do anything more risky than trundle up and down Red Square, making it the most expensive parade float the world has ever known. I wonder why. Look at Ukraine right now, and Kyiv's forces appear to be on the back foot. They haven't yet completed in-depth defensive fortifications on anything like the scale of Moscow's Surovikin line that proved so effective at blunting Ukraine's counter-offensive. Russia's troops are advancing across the front, albeit in salami slices, often literally. And despite Kyiv's cross-border raids and oil refinery strikes, Putin generally has momentum. So why isn't he capitalizing on this by sending the Armata into action? I'll come to the answer shortly, but first, a brief segue into what a tank is. At its most basic, a tank is still the optimum blend of firepower, mobility, and protection on the battlefield. Prioritize just two of those three, and you'll come a cropper. Sure, you can have a massive gun and cover the vehicle in so much armor it's as well protected as Francis Durnley's wallet on a night out. But the thing won't move an inch, like Francis Durnley's wallet on a night out. Or you can go for a battlefield racing car with a bit of decent firepower, but you'll have to surrender most of the armor to buy that zip. Finally, you could build something that's heavily armored and still able to move around over smashed terrain, but that's called an armored personnel carrier, known by troops as a battle taxi, just there to deliver you safely into the fight. There won't be any room or power in the engine for a big gun on top as well. So in a proper punch-up, a tank is still the best combination of what the Royal Armoured Corps calls the Holy Trinity.
So it's protected.
Tanks are heavy beasts though, so heavy in fact that the majority of the armour is located on the front of the hull and the turret, the bits that, on battlefields gone by, are the only parts likely to face the enemy. The war in Ukraine, however, has consigned notions of the traditional battlefield to history. These days drones, especially so-called first-person view drones, that are flown directly to a target by soldiers wearing remote headsets, can pick out which part of a tank to attack. Why go to the heavily armored front of the turret when you can just as easily scoop out the back to hit the clear metal at the rear, or blast the truck?
I'm not doing none of that shit.
Anywhere, it's easy parade. Or why not fly or drop a grenade right through an open hatch, causing all the ammunition to explode, and watch a new entry in the Russian tank tossing competition? So tanks, other armoured vehicles, and pretty much every military platform, including individual soldiers, now need some form of defence against drones. And that's why the US has developed clunkily titled electronic warfare systems, such as the Drone Restricted Access Using Known EW, the Drake system, and when at sea, have teams of sailors looking out for surface and air contacts heading towards them, delightfully, if cringingly named, ship, nautical or otherwise photographic interpretation and exploitation teams, or Snoopies. Teams using the Drake system and other short-range electronic warfare kits often carry the techno gear in a backpack, so they've become known as Ghostbusters after the hit 1980s movie, which is the best in the franchise. Don't even bother emailing. So, Snoopy, Drake, and Ghostbusters. Don't blame me, I didn't make them up. Russia has also been rapidly developing electronic warfare kit to counter drones. One system, known as Volnares, which means breakwater, was first seen last year fitted to a T-80 tank at a Russian arms exhibition. The majority of drones in Ukraine are cheap and barely more sophisticated than those you'd find being used by civilian hobbyists. They can be countered with various techniques and technologies, from physical nets to electronic warfare jammers. These work by cutting the radio signal, which has to be over an uninterrupted line of sight from the controller to the drone. We've all seen the footage. When a drone approaches a tank and is either jammed or loses the signal as the aircraft dips behind trees or buildings, the screen goes all fuzzy. That's the signal being lost. The controller hopes the drone will hit the target and not veer off at the last second. Snap that radio link far enough away, and the drone will either hover until the battery runs out, return to base, or head off to a predetermined point sighted Labrador with his tongue hanging out, leading a swarm of enemy drones, artillery or other heavy metal right to their location. So, in an area where there's jamming or a lot of ground clutter, the controller has to just hope that sheer inertia carries the drone onto the target if the signal's lost, right? Well, perhaps not for much longer. Advances in artificial intelligence and the inevitable miniaturization of technology means we're on the cusp of having automatic target recognition capability on the smallest drones operating today. This capability isn't that new. Infrared sensors on Tomahawk cruise missiles have been staring at the ground and matching what it sees to a pre-programmed library of images for years, so it navigates to the right place. The thing is, though, Tomahawks are big, lots of room on board for the computing technology. Tactical drones, not so much. And as the space needed for all that clever technology keeps reducing, just as the capability of machine learning AI systems keeps increasing, there will soon be a tipping point when tactical drones can pick their own targets. Lose the signal back to the controller? No problem, says the drone. I know the difference between a tank and an artillery piece, or a transit van, or a building. I even know where best to hit the tank. I'll take it from here. It raises the prospect of soldiers launching drones into pre-designated kill boxes, where they hunt for their own targets, tanks, armored personnel carriers, humans. This evolution of warfare is surrounded by ethical considerations which, perhaps most alarmingly, are some way behind the technology. All of which means we're not going to be seeing any T-14 Armatas in Ukraine anytime soon. They're prestigious bits of kit. Moscow doesn't want to put them in harm's way and risk images of smoking T-14 hulls doing the rounds on social media. That wouldn't be good for Putin's fragile ego, or for that matter, the retirement prospects of the local commander. Sure, the Armata's fully automated turret is a clever idea, keeping the three-man crew in the better protected hull, but it's thought to be a bit temperamental. Plus, the engine is a bit dodgy and prone to sudden fits, followed by a truculent refusal to produce enough power for the tank to move anywhere. Exactly not what's required when there are drones hunting for you, with or without the vulnerous gear. Even so, Russia currently has the initiative in the tactical land battle in Ukraine. Kyiv has been criticized for not building a Zaluzhny or Zelensky line, or whatever you want to call a defensive undertaking on the same scale as Russia's Surovikin line. Of course, investment in a multi-layered defensive line takes time, manpower, probably civilian as well as military, and money, which could otherwise be spent elsewhere. So, can we blame them? Yes, is my answer. After 2 years of fighting, the defense lines that some Ukrainians claim to be good and started a long time ago simply do not exist in any militarily meaningful form. Most of what has been constructed are box-standard ditches with a few concrete features. History has proven these to be ineffective. Dragon's teeth, for example, can be forced into soft ground or have earth pushed onto them to create a bridge. Many defensive trench positions are little more than muddy ditches. Properly constructed fighting positions with strengthened walls and appropriate overhead protection are extremely rare. The troops in frontline units are simply too tired, poorly trained, or ill-equipped to create what is needed. There's one more impediment to the construction of a good defensive line, one that is proving stubborn for senior Ukrainian commanders to shake. The old Soviet mindset that sees defensive investment as the admission of defeat, a tacit belief that one is only going backwards from now on. Western armies see it very differently. They see a properly constructed defensive line as the springboard from which to deliver extreme violence upon the enemy. It is not a passive act. A well-designed defensive line can be the base of an incredibly aggressive and effective strategy, provided it has mutually supporting positions, reserves ready to tackle the unexpected, a deception plan that is more than just camouflage, and defense in depth. So, if necessary, you can fall back in good order to strike again, rather than all maneuvered actions, and the defense was just underestimated, he said. You can catch up on all our interviews from Ukraine by searching recent podcast episodes.
This shit right here teaches you how to play warfare. What I'm thinking about, my bum ass neighbors. Neighbors is bums. These bums around me in tune to the wrong apartment. You wake up and people was in tune to the wrong person. I'm taking the shit over there. Stay away from people's apartments. Stop listening down here. Stop listening to me talk. Stop listening to me take a shit. I'm talking to you. That's right. Stay away. Stop being a bum. Stop listening to other people's radios, TVs. You. The one who's hiding. You hear me? Talking to you. Stop that. So anyway, this teaches you how to fight domination. You know what I mean? You always gotta have a war. A war. So what Russia has done on the Ukraine front, they build a war. Meaning they always have a launching pad. When you in war, you always to win war, you're gonna need a launching pad. You're gonna need either a country to get to, or you're gonna need a defense like a war, meaning like A, B, and C. B is the war, for you could always attack and retreat. And if the army that is trying to attack, they come to the war, though you can defend the castle. The castle is the war. And that's what Russia has made in Ukraine. They built a castle on the steps of their enemy. Their enemy didn't build a castle. That means they getting pushed back. They're gonna keep on getting pushed back because Russia has a castle. When you build a castle, you have the castle and you have what's behind the castle. You know, a lot of people don't know what's a castle. A castle is like a lord. A lord works for a king. When you work for a king, the king builds a lot of castles in defense of his own castle. So what's in front of the castle is coming from the king. The king sends these castles all in front of him. When you break the castles and you be like, damn, what's behind the castle? What's behind the castle? Then you see the king standing, the last one. So when you build castles in front of the king's castle, it makes it more harder for the approaching army to attack the main king. So what the king is doing, the king is building defenses in front of his castle. So when you defeat the castle, and you say, damn, I finally defeated the castle, what's behind the castle? That's when you'll find the colony of ants. That's where you'll find the queen. That's where you'll find the king. Behind the castle. So what's they building in Russia is the way of war. You have to build the castle. And that's how Russia is succeeding. Russia is winning. You know what I mean? Russia is winning because they built a castle. You know, great strategy from their military leaders. They built a castle while the Ukraine forces are way behind. They haven't built a castle. What happened to them now is they stuck. Now they saying to themselves, they're attacking this castle. They're attacking the war. They keep on attacking the war. And then the war opens up the gates and they send their troops and they taking little towns and little towns. And without you knowing, they take these other towns and build another wall. And that's what Ukraine needs to think about now. They need to build a line because they've been defeated. They've been defeated by the great generals of Russia. Russia built a wall. You cannot penetrate this wall. And if the more time that Ukraine doesn't build a line, a border, like Mexico and the USA, you got to build a little border. If you don't build that border fast, what's going to happen is Russia's going to keep on taking these other towns and they're going to build another border. They're going to build another castle. Now you got two castles. And that's what a king does. That's what a king does from the times of kings and European, Russia, all that. What's behind the castle, it's another castle. And if you break the castle, and when you look, you're gonna see the king. But if you can't penetrate the walls, that means the king he's pushing his troops to go more forward, until they take over the whole land that they want. And that's why you always build a castle, aka B, aka a straight line, before the winning army builds another defensive line. You have to build a defensive line. You have to build a castle. And that's what's so great about the Russian military leaders. They're great. Great, that's great. That's great shit right there. That's great shit.
Colonel Kostenko knows what he's talking about, and his level of honesty and reflection is needed now.
That's what you do. His bathroom. You gotta build the wall. You gotta build the wall.
Russian army. The armatas aren't coming. A bit like the money and ammunition pledged by those in the West.
If you don't build the wall, and it tells you in real life, it happened. Ukraine didn't build a wall. So what's happening is Russia versus Ukraine, Russia is taking more land because their generals are building castles, they're building walls. And from those walls, they send in little units, little troops. You know what I'm saying? In the USA, they call them SEAL Team 6, Desert Fox. You know, all those Delta Force, they sending them out there to take more land because there's no war. There's no castle. Ukraine doesn't have a castle. There's no stop this. And what's happening is Russia takes another town, another town, another town, and they're going to build another wall. Now you got 1, 2, 3, 4 wars. How are you going to penetrate those wars? Behind the wall is more troops, more ammunition, and they waiting because war is defense. That's how you win in war. It's defense. Not going out there and shooting. It's defense.
Podcast team visited Ukraine in February. Some senior military and policy officials there were reluctant to accept there were shortfalls in Ukraine's defensive line. However, former Special Forces Commander Colonel Roman Kostenko, now an MP, albeit back in uniform since the start of the full-scale invasion, said he believed it was Ukraine's fault there was no line. He wished they'd started earlier. Russia's approach towards this is better, he told me. Ukrainian forces counted on more manoeuvred actions and the defence was just underestimated, he said. You can catch up on all our interviews from Ukraine by searching recent podcast episodes. Colonel Kostenko knows what he's talking about, and his level of honesty and reflection is needed now for the control of Ukraine's armed forces. Drones and a Herculean fighting spirit in the men and women on the zero line, the line of contact, is for now holding back the Russian army. The armadas aren't coming, a bit like the money and ammunition pledged by those in the West who promised to stand by Ukraine whatever it takes. But what's left of the rest of the Russian tank force could be on the way soon. and with a constipated supply line from Western supporters, Ukraine is in a jam. It's time to get underground. Defence in Depth is a regular video output by The Telegraph of the big defence stories. If you'd like a daily fix of content about the war in Ukraine, I'd suggest Ukraine the Latest, The Telegraph podcast. For more defence stories, we've left links in the description below, and if you have a topic you'd like us to cover,
that was some good explanation, because it's the same thing. It's the same way that I see and what I see in warfare. It's happening. It's happening because you got two sides, and you got one side that believes in something, and that one side is gonna win. It's just like D-Day. You know how D-Day, the American troops trying to overwhelm them. Well, you either you try to overwhelm them, and the cost is gonna be super heavy. Matter of fact, you're gonna have to throw, you know what I'm saying, a couple of countries to die. Put it like that. I'm gonna put like 4 million people to die against the defense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And that's why the military leaders of Ukraine is behind. We gotta go to Russian defense. You gotta build the line. Build the line. You know, when it be so quiet, I love hearing the sound. When they playing soccer, you can hear them having mad fun. I need to play some soccer. See, I go to the park and I see a whole bunch of Mexicans, you know, running around back and forth, hitting the ball. I got next. Hondurans, Africans, Mexicanos, whatever you are, Spania, I got next. I'm going to the park. I'm getting in that shit, bro.
New and evolving threats, the number and sophistication of ballistic missiles of
Approximately 32,000 people with disabilities are employed through
There's a bit of a myth about Russia's army in Ukraine, that Moscow soldiers are inexperienced, ramshackle troops sent into hopeless charges at well-defended positions at the behest of inexperienced.
You know what I see? When I see Russia fighting against NATO, fighting against the world, they like NATO and like say the Europeans, they're a superpower. You know, most of their dollars control the world, so they're gonna have these super weapons. And what's going on? It reminds me when I'm playing Call of Duty. I gotta play against the best army. I gotta play against 12. I gotta play against 6 people coming at me. I gotta play against the best players in the world. You know what I'm saying? And then after a while, I adapt against these motherfuckers. And instead of them hunting me, I see myself in the middle of the game, I'm looking for them. I'm killing these motherfuckers, and I'm looking for them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what Russia army is. They fighting in a strong army, but they adapting because they learning from the enemy. The enemy is throwing all their superpower. They throwing their power, and when you throw your power on the enemy adapts, and the enemy is adapting to the superpower because the superpower is throwing too hard. And when they throw too hard, you learn it. You're ready to kill all of them. It doesn't matter who, what, when. I am trained to kill that certain style. I'm trained to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I don't like people hearing me in my own apartment, because when you start talking like this, people's like, yo, what's going on? They don't understand where I'm at. They don't understand what is this. Only the people that's here, my neighbors, they live boring lives watching basketball or watching a boxing fight on a Saturday. They bum shit. I'm somewhere different. I'm somewhere different. I don't come from that shit. I don't come from watching a basketball. Who the fuck watches basketball? Nobody's into that. I compete as a man. We into different shit, bro. We two different people. We got one person that's into other things, and you got other people that's... Come on now.
Brutal commanders. They have little tactical sense, and even less strategic vision. Of course, some of that is true. The Russians do use meat-grinder assaults. Armoured columns often run into trouble in Ukrainian minefields, with pyrotechnic results. And Russia frequently relies on troops of insufficient training and poor ordnance. Even today, huge numbers of armoured vehicles and tanks have been lost as Russian forces attack France. And it's a live question how long such losses can be borne. But the Russians aren't stupid, and the army does learn, albeit slowly. The concept for this episode of Defence in Depth is to shatter that myth that Russia's army is awful in every respect. In reality, there's some things they do rather well. We're going to look into a couple of examples and explain why they worry Ukraine and should worry the West. I'm David Knowles, and this is Defence in Depth. Let's start with glide bombs.
Находит цель, передает координаты поражающему боеприпасу и фиксирует поражение.
Through 2022 and 2023, Russia had a problem. Ukrainian air defense became adept at shooting down ballistic missiles and drones heading for civilian infrastructure across the country. These Russian missiles are expensive, and stock soon ran low. For many months now, Russia has been taking Soviet-era dumb, that's unguided, bombs, and adding modern satellite navigation and wings. These Frankenstein weapons are then launched out of range of Ukrainian air defense and glide towards their targets. For months, the large and powerful bombs have been wreaking havoc on Ukrainian cities and military positions. With a large payload, they can destroy an apartment block or a bunker, and currently, there's little the Ukrainians can do to solve them. They are very simple in essence, so you cannot jam them, you cannot hide from them. The only way to protect yourself from them is to shoot down the bomb that carries this bomb. That's what Dmitry Ukraine's foreign minister told the Financial Times just a few days ago. Remember the fall of Avdiivka, that key city in the east? Extensive use of glide bombs was one of the reasons Ukraine was forced to retreat. At one point, over 250 of them were fired by Russia in the direction of the city in just 48 hours. Following these successes, Russia is ramping up their usage in 2024. Russia has struck Ukraine with around 3,500 such guided bombs since the start of the year. And, according to the Institute for the Study of War, Russian mill bloggers have claimed that the defence industrial base is attempting to mass produce such weapons. Such has been their effectiveness so far. The development of these weapons that bypass Ukraine's air defence and are relatively cheap, effective and numerous shows Russia's ability to adapt to military problems by repurposing outdated gear and overcome Ukrainian defences. They might be simple, but they cause a lot of damage, and in places, are tipping the scales in Russia's favour. Moving on. Now, this is throwing back a bit, but do you remember the Surovikin line, the three-layered system of trenches, tank traps and strongpoints of Russian defensive lines in the south, constructed to stop the Ukrainian counteroffensive in summer 2023? Well, it worked. Some commentators thought that, equipped with the latest Western kit and trained by NATO's finest armies, the Ukrainians would smash through the ill-disciplined Russians and roll towards Crimea, deeming Putin a fateful blow. German Leopards and...
You know what I'm saying? This is not deep. You know, a lot of people think about doomsday. Not doomsday, what you call that shit? 1942, when they got on the beach and they fighting against Germany. This is way different. This is way different because people learn from that. What you have to do, you have to really build it big. You know how the Arnold Schnush nigga says, you got little shit and you gotta go bigger. You gotta go bigger. And that's what the line is. It's a motherfucking line right there. You gotta build that line, and that's when I played Call of Duty. You know, when we play against the best players, I played with people that they're in the bottom. They're nobodies. The people they laugh at, the people they make fun of. You know what I mean? The people they spit on. Those are the people that's on my team, right? And I had to preach to them and show them because either they don't know or they're not really into it. And that's what I'm trying to teach them. We have to build a castle. When we build a castle, we're gonna push these guys back, and we're gonna always be on B. We're gonna have resupply in the back. We're gonna have it all.
British Challenger 2s were supposed to make mincemeat of Moscow's exhaustive and demoralizing.
A little bit too more movies.
That didn't happen. Very quickly, Kiev's advance became
I gotta see movies.
Expensive Western-provided armour was disabled, and the advance ground to a halt, many miles from Mariupol, and even further from Crimea. There are a number of explanations. Planning, inadequate engineering support, competent Russian anti-tank guided missile teams. All of these were mentioned to my colleague Roland Oliphant. We can add to that, of course, a disappointing amount of equipment donated by the West. The fact that some of it arrived planning, inadequate engineering support, competent Russian anti-tank guided missile teams. All of these were mentioned to my colleague Roland Oliphant. We can add to that, of course, a disappointing amount of equipment donated by the West. The fact that some of it arrived unusable, the varying levels of training given to Ukrainian soldiers. Honestly, the list goes on. Another reason was that the Russian defences were well built, the soldiers were well equipped, and they knew their duties. They dug deep and either stopped Ukraine's advance or reduced their progress to a crawl. Let's go back to what some Ukrainian soldiers told Roland. The enemy had time to prepare, and he prepared very well. We totally underestimated the minefields, just minefields laying on the ground. Let's just say it's not like you read in the textbook. When we came here, we realised the Russians had adapted and evolved. They are creating complex systems that even a highly qualified sapper would find challenging. There are many reasons that the counteroffensive failed to achieve its objectives, but one of them was a Russian army who defended well, played to their strengths, and made their advantages in men and kit count when it mattered. Finally, let's talk about drones. You may have seen some of the videos, footage of Ukrainian drones hunting down Russian soldiers before vaporizing them. Drones flying into hugely expensive Russian tanks, or even destroying entire buildings sheltering Russian troops. Dom spoke about it a lot in the last episode of Defense in Depth. Pop quiz for Ukraine supporters. This evidence is proof of the Ukrainians' ability to innovate, develop new systems quickly. And
give me the pop quiz!
Drones, whether for reconnaissance, dual use, or FPV, that's first person, have proved invaluable in Ukraine's war effort. One Ukrainian commander told me recently that FPV drones were the only reason Russia hasn't broken through on all fronts. In the arms race of drone warfare, Ukraine had a big early lead, supported by legions of dedicated volunteers. But by late 2022, Ukrainian soldiers encountered a new threat, a Russian drone that quickly acquired a string of valuable and expensive targets. It's called the Lancet. One of many reasons the Lancet is interesting is that it is homegrown. Although the first unveiled in 2019, the Russian company that manufactures them obviously now operates under strict Western sanctions. The drone uses microchips, often sourced from the West, and their small design and low heat signature makes them difficult to detect and destroy. They're an impressive and deft piece of engineering. The Lancet may be advanced, but with the right combination of countermeasures, sometimes as simple as screening targets with a mesh, the threat can be reduced. The point here is not so much the drone itself, but also the evident adaptability and innovation of Russian scientists, continually able to produce and refine an attack drone that gives their enemies a serious headache while still under supposedly crippling sanctions. That's no mean feat, and should put to bed the idea that Russia doesn't and cannot innovate in this war. Before finishing, let's add some context to all the previous points. None of the things we've mentioned, the glide bombs, the extensive defences, or the drones, are necessarily war winners by themselves, but compounded with that advantage in manpower and munitions, they give Russia a clear advantage, and, in the absence of sufficient Western aid, it's starting to tell. It's no secret that Russia has more men and equipment than Ukraine. It's also no secret that its allies, primarily Iran and North Korea, are supplying munitions and drones more regularly than Ukraine's allies, giving the tools to Moscow to push on and press home its advantage. This video attempts an honest appraisal of the strengths of the Russian armed forces, without valorization or praise, and should not necessarily dismay or terrify those who want Ukraine to prevail. There are clear, obvious fixes, starting with the unlocking of the US aid bill currently stuck in Congress. Right now,
there's people in the USA Army.
Just days ago, President
Congress
Zelensky
is like, damn, why
if Congress does not help Ukraine, Ukraine will lose the war. Sun Tzu wrote, "Know thine enemy." Well, the Ukrainians do, all too well. The rest of the world should wake up too. Defence in Depth is a regular video output by the Tiger of the big defence stories. If you'd like a daily fix of content about the war in Ukraine, I suggest Ukraine the Latest, our daily podcast. For more defence stories, we've left links in the description below, and if you have a topic you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments.
That shit is funny, nigga. Yeah, it makes me laugh, nigga. Ukraine put nah. Love it. I sent you the videos. He said he Skip Bayless. How you spell Skip Bayless?
Skip Bayless.
He Skip Bayless. I think Skip Bayless is a hater, right? I see Skip Bayless, man. Now I understand him, yo. You don't understand. Look at that shit, yo. How that big ass, yo. They call me Frankenstein now. Huh? Robert De Niro, Frankenstein? That motherfucker, yo. Fuck you happened to your head, nigga? I was drunk. And I tripped over something, and I fell, and I hit my head. Right up to the other side. Well, no. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Oh, shit. You remember that shit, yo? Yo, I was so fucked up. I was talking to the bird. That's how drunk I was. I was fucked up.
With the pressures of a Ukrainian offensive and internal unrest gaining steam, Russia's defenses may be all that stand in the way of a complete unraveling of one of the greatest geopolitical events of our era. In their hands rests the fate of the front line, of the war, of Putin, and perhaps the entire Russian Federation.
I seen let's get the radio. Skip the radio. Hey, let's Skip Bayless. Let's get the radio. Skip Bayless.
With the pressures of Ukrainian offensive,
you ain't gonna never know. You gonna never know. You like Skip Bayless to be
of a complete unraveling of one of the great.
That's what I was saying about Skip Bayless, whatever his name is. I finally learned about him. He's a type of person that wants to be like these people, competing and make himself think he's great and he's this, but he's not. You know why? Because he doesn't understand. He doesn't come from this. He's not from sports. He never competed. When he never competed, listen, Skip Bayless. I gotta erase. Hold on. I was thinking about it right now. When you don't compete, when you don't go when you don't go to the ocean, you know, and you stuck. When you're stuck in the ocean, like in the Pacific, and whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? You're out there in the ocean with the big ass super waves, 100. You know what I'm saying? Most likely, listen, most likely I'm gonna survive. And you're out there, and it's taking you all over. You know what I mean? The next person doesn't understand that. They don't understand. And that's what Skip Bayless says. He doesn't understand.
Greatest geopolitical events of our era. In their hands rests the fate of the front line, of the war, of Putin, and perhaps the entire Russian Federation. Therefore, Russia's defenses in Ukraine are well worth studying. Since the end of 2022, Russian troops have been digging in. The Ukrainian countryside has become scarred with hundreds of miles of trenches, lines of concrete dragon's teeth, and acres of minefields. These now pose a significant impediment to Ukraine's long-awaited counteroffensive. From the comfort of our homes, it can be difficult to properly understand the realities on the ground. So today, let us explore the historical context
they report it back. What they need from, what you need from that side. What you get an attack from that side. Like, this is what we seen on this side. You know what I'm saying? He's coming with that full power. He's coming with their technology, right?
Getting supplies to the front line is of utmost importance.
And he come back with a defense to conquer it. It's like, let's keep on conquering. And those you check more land.
Is a new online marketplace where you can find bargain
there,
deals and wholesale prices to save a bunch of money from top suppliers and brands across the world. T.B.E is the #1 free app on the App Store. By downloading it. But how have these Russian defenses stacked up against the greatest defensive lines of history? And have they repeated the same mistakes which doomed many of them? Historical examples. When making historical analogies, we have to pick the right points of comparison. Broadly speaking, the most infamous defensive lines in history have been either pre-war border fortresses or wartime field fortifications. In origin, form, and purpose, Russian defenses in Ukraine are not like the World War II era French Maginot Line or the Greek Metaxas Line.
And I said it earlier. If you was in my stream, I said it earlier, before. They learn from, this is not Germany. This is not going to be like Germany or Japan, or wherever that beach scene, you know, I only seen it in the movies. I don't know if it was Japan, it was Germany, it was France. There you go. I know my history. Listen, I was nice in history. I can answer any question. Where did, how you call it, the invasion of America happen? France, Normandy, 1945, 1944, 1943, 1944, 1945. There you go. Anyway, this is not like the past. It's not like that. It's not like other, you know what I'm saying? This is like Spartan. You ever seen Spartan? They're going to have their little troops, but it's going to be real wide. It's going to be like Alexander versus the Persians. Remember the Persian? But this time, the Persians are not going to chase Alexander. They're going to stay there. They're going to protect the castle. And that's what it's about. And after you take the castle, little by little, you send these other units to conquer more land. Without you knowing, you build another defense. And that's all the defense you need, because it's reporting back to the people that's controlling Moscow or Russia, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're talking about right now. Because I'm in mains by their defense. This ain't gonna be like that. You could throw a whole bunch of people, tanks. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. In my opinion. I mean, I'm saying wars for real. Wars for real. Come on, say it like it's me. People's advancing. I start throwing nuclear bombs or stuff like that. You see how other people think, but this is not. They don't do that. He's not gonna do that. Even with Russia having billions of nuclear weapons, they're not gonna throw nuclear weapons. But if you put somebody like me crazy, I'm throwing nukes, nigga, back the fuck up. And the next person will respond the same way. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna do that. So don't think about that. This is gonna be like little tactical war shit. So if they send troops to come over, right? They're gonna have a hard time. It's not gonna be like these people, man. And people keep on thinking about that. They keep on saying, nah, it's gonna be like Germany. You go through the defenses, dropping beach to beach. Nah, it's gonna be different.
First, these historic lines were primarily built to defend pre-war borders, not secure wartime conquests. Second, these lines were built around large, multi-story fortresses armed with heavy artillery batteries. The largest fort on the Maginot Line could fire 4 metric tons of shells in a single minute, and to build the 5,500 bunkers and pillboxes of the Maginot Line, the French poured 1.5 million cubic meters of concrete, enough to build over 31 Empire State Buildings. By contrast, the Russians have not built these kinds of concrete battleships in Ukraine. Third, these lines had exposed flanks that attackers historically exploited. In April of 1941, the Metaxas line on the Greek-Bulgarian border was outflanked by an attack through Yugoslavia, and the strongest point of the Maginot Line was infamously bypassed by a German attack through the Ardennes in May 1940. By contrast, Russian defenses are anchored by the Belarusian border in the north and the Black Sea in the south. In theory, an attacker might be able to outflank these, but such conditions do not currently exist. Thus, in the present day, there is no easy flank for the Ukrainians to turn. That all being said, there are some similarities. For instance, segments of Russian lines do resemble portions of one border megaproject, Germany's West Wall, better known as the Siegfried Line. Both use similar belts of minefields, ditches, and concrete anti-tank obstacles. Although nominally built as a border defense, the West Wall was still a part of Germany's offensive strategy in the late 1930s, freeing up troops once needed for border defense duty for offensive action. Russia's current lines likely serve a similar strategic purpose. Field fortifications. In design and function, current Russian defenses are really field fortifications, more similar to the Hindenburg Line of World War I or Rommel's Devil's Garden of the North African Campaign. For context, let us briefly examine both of these. In the latter half of World War I, Germany was on the defensive on the Western Front. Under growing pressure, the newly appointed German Supreme Commander, Field Marshal Paul von Hindenburg, would order the construction of a series of defensive lines. British troops would nickname these the Hindenburg Line. Built around the concept of defense in depth, they used deep belts of wire to stop infantry, permanent minefields to stop tanks, and strongholds with concrete pillboxes to stop bullets and artillery shells. Any breakthrough would be met with an immediate counterattack of German reserves. Jumping forward about 25 years, both sides of the North African Campaign and World War II built and fought over literal lines in the sand. Perhaps most fiercely contested were the Devil's Gardens in El Alamein. With his army literally out of gas, Africa Corps Commander Erwin Rommel had to halt his offensive in July 1942 and dig in. When Bernard Montgomery's 8th Army attacked in October, they would face a network of mutually supporting strongholds, guarded by integrated anti-tank guns like the Americans lost, which were in turn surrounded by nearly 500,000.
You know what I'm saying? You know, war is different. It's like the Americans. When the Americans went to Afghanistan, they thought they was gonna beat them with they AC-130s, they jets, they troops. They got their ass whipped. You know, it's a different war now. It's a different era. To win war is different. You need different equipment. And that's what the United States lost in Afghanistan. You know the Americans lost. They lost in Afghanistan. Those big planes, they was throwing all those big ass bombs. They was throwing bombs that you never heard of. Remember the bomb that Donald Trump threw? They never heard of that shit. I never heard of it. I don't even know the name of it. It's still top secret. And they still lost. Yeah. How you spell Afghanistan?
Afghanistan. A. F.
Hey, listen. Afghanistan is a fucking long ass word. Afghanistan. You think this is a game?
Breaking, 4 U.S. forces dropped the largest non-nuclear bomb in Afghanistan on an ISIS target today. That's according to the Pentagon. Matt Austin joins us now. And Matt, this is also known as a different nickname.
That's right, Lisa. The nickname, the mother of all bombs, and it is well-deserved. The Pentagon spokesperson says this is the first ever combat use of the bomb, known as the GBU-43. It contains 11 tons of explosives. The Pentagon says the bomb was dropped on a cave complex believed to be used by ISIS fighters. The complex is very close to the Pakistan border. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer commented on the bombing during his daily briefing this afternoon.
We targeted a system of tunnels and caves that ISIS fighters used to move around freely, making it easier for them to target U.S. military advisors and Afghan forces in the area. The United States takes the fight against ISIS very seriously, and in order to defeat the group, we must deny them operational space, which we did. The United States took all precautions necessary to prevent civilian casualties and collateral damage as a result of the operation.
Spicer says the bomb was dropped around 7 p.m. local time last night. So in 2003, a test of the Moab was conducted off the coast of the Florida Panhandle. It was dropped from a combat aircraft, and as you can see from this video right here, it does a lot of damage. We'll bring you any updates on this story as it develops. Lisa.
All right, Matt, thank you. Also,
So come, why photograph this?
What happened to that thing I was looking at?
Landmines.
The reason I'm showing that the bomb, because we live in a different era. You can keep on throwing airstrikes, but war is not about airstrikes. We live in a different era. It's about communication. It's about having intelligence. It's about having jammers. That's what it's about. It's different. It's not about big bombs. Big bombs are not going to win the war. It's about having a castle. If you don't have a castle, you can't win.
That gave the Devil's Gardens their name. Behind the lines, German and Italian tanks waited, ready to counterattack. These and other historic field fortifications share critical similarities with Russian defenses. First, these defenses secured gains made by an invading army, allowing them to take an operational pause to gather strength and supplies before launching further offensives. Second, with strong defenses, fewer troops could hold a given piece of ground, allowing commanders to build larger reserves for decisive counterattacks or future offensives. Third, these defensive lines use obstacles like barbed wire and anti-tank ditches to slow and disrupt attacking enemy forces. Fourth, most of the frontline defenders occupied entrenched strongpoints, preferably high ground, in villages, or near critical transit routes. When possible, these strongpoints were linked by trenches. And finally, these defenses also relied on counterattacks by mobile reserves to defeat enemy footholds and breakthroughs. With this context in mind, let's now take a closer look at our current example: Russia's defenses. Russia has built defenses along the length of the territory it occupies in Ukraine, as well as along a roughly 400-mile-long strip of the Russo-Ukrainian border. But the most extensive defenses are on the nearly 250-mile front anchored by the Dnieper River and the Russia-Ukraine border. Without natural obstacles like major rivers, Russian commanders have opted to shore up their lines using man-made obstacles and entrenchments. Although described as a line, Russian defenses in Ukraine are not an extended line of linked trenches, like something from the Western Front of World War I. Behind the actual front lines, Russian commanders have laid down defensive clusters that control towns, block key roads, and secure bridges. Russian defenses are also multi-layered. Some areas are defended by multiple defensive lines, and key roads are blocked by successive strongpoints. Ukrainian forces will therefore have to breach and break through multiple Russian lines as they push deeper into Russian-occupied territory. Let's take a closer look at how these defenses have been laid out. Now we should note that there is no such thing as a typical Russian defensive position in Ukraine. Differences in terrain and strategic priorities mean some areas are more heavily fortified than others. Different groups, including the Russian military, PMCs, and local authorities have also built defenses, to varying degrees of success. However, given the sheer scale of the front lines, some indicative battlefields do exist. For our purposes, we have chosen a section of the line about 18 kilometers east of Bakhmut, near the village of Vyskirva, which has many of the features seen in Russian fortifications in the region. Like many Russian defenses in Ukraine, it controls a road Ukrainian forces might advance down. Now on a map like this, it can be somewhat deceptive to think that just a few dots indicate an area which is thinly defended. This is not the case. But to understand the reality of the situation on the ground, let us render the battlefield in its true size. This is what Russian defenses in Ukraine really look like. Our rendered battlefield is about 5 square kilometers or 3 square miles. In pre-war settings, someone can make the crossing by car in just about 3 minutes whilst following rural speed limits, while a bicyclist could make the crossing in about 15 minutes and a pedestrian could make the crossing in about 60 minutes. While at war, however, an attacker could take weeks, if not months, or even years to make the crossing with progress measured in mere meters. But to understand why, we can now explain how the Russians have fortified their position. Defenses in this sector are laid out with rows of obstacles blocking movement down roads and across fields towards dug-in fighting positions. The outer layer consists of various anti-tank features including hedgehogs, dragon's teeth, and large ditches. Interspersed between these are invisible minefields which together form a formidable thicket of obstacles for would-be attackers. Let us now inspect each of these in turn. In the outermost layer, you can see 2 bands of concrete dragon's teeth. These simple anti-tank obstacles are laid out in long lines of 2 or more rows that can run for miles across open terrain. On the World War II era Siegfried Line, these obstacles were cast in place by laborers with concrete molds. The Russians have opted for a faster technique. Hundreds of thousands of prefabricated pieces have been ordered from factories in Belarus, Russia, and occupied Ukraine. These pieces are then trucked into place and dropped off by trucks with cranes. While this technique allows defenses to be rapidly installed, it has some serious trade-offs. First, it means that the dragon's teeth have to be built relatively lightly. Some may even be hollow. Subcontracting also seems to have led to uneven quality control. For instance, despite allegedly being built of high-grade concrete, some are already falling apart. Furthermore, unlike the partially buried Siegfried Line teeth, the Russian obstacles have been placed on the surface, and their convenient lifting eyes can make it fairly easy for Ukrainian attackers to simply drag them out of the way. Yet so long as they are not displaced, vehicles will nonetheless still struggle to pass them. Another location where anti-tank obstacles may be easy to remove are along the roads, where steel hedgehogs have typically been placed. However, this is intentional, as the Russians do still plan on using these highways for their own movements, and as such, have opted for more maneuverable pieces. Yet with that being said, we should not discount the idea that such hedgehogs can still pose quite the impediment to vehicles in the thick of combat. The next layer of anti-tank defenses are a series of ditches, which in this case are offset about 100 meters from the prior layers of manufactured traps. These holes in the ground are each about 3 to 4 meters wide and 1 to 2 meters deep. Primitive yet effective, they will prove sufficient to stop, or at least slow, tracked and wheeled vehicles. In order to quickly dig these large ditches, the Russians have turned to specialized earth movers like the MDK group. This model is a combat engineering vehicle developed by the Soviet Union in the 1980s. Operating in reverse, it excavates large amounts of materials at an average of 50 to 100 meters per hour, depending on soil conditions. Returning to our 5-kilometer wide battlefield, we might estimate that a single crew operating at about 100 meters per hour, 8 hours a day, would take roughly 1 to 2 weeks to complete the excavations in the sector. Though of course some additional time is needed for refueling, maintenance, and other unforeseen delays. Yet given that the Russians have had months to prepare, it is no surprise that they have so widely adopted this simple but effective form of defensive earthwork. Yet you might be thinking that these defenses seem annoying, but not necessarily deadly. Indeed, on their own, such obstacles could easily be neutralized by combat engineers and specialized vehicles. To prevent this, Russian forces have laid vast fields of mines in the open space around their obstacle belts, creating an unseen threat to attackers. For our simulation, we've only been able to represent a few possible locations. In reality, they could be just about anywhere. It is these invisible killers which are likely to take a heavy toll on Ukrainians who are not able to detect, avoid, or destroy them upon the advance. Sadly, the same can be said of all those who return to this battlefield long after the war has ended. But mine and anti-tank features alone will not be able to stop a determined offensive. As the military maxim goes, an obstacle isn't an obstacle unless it's defended. To this end, and to their credit, the Russians have generally tried to build an integrated defense, which places the obstacles we have reviewed at a logical distance from their manned frontline positions, which in this case is a series of infantry trenches and vehicle revetments. Regarding their placement, it seems that these have been located along a ridgeline with high ground advantages over the fields ahead. The outermost anti-tank obstacles are about 500 meters ahead of the entrenched defensive positions. This puts them well within the effective range of light machine guns and RPGs. The last anti-tank ditch is about 300 meters away, and is thus within range of assault rifles and 40mm grenade launchers. Without proper support, Ukrainian dismounts trying to breach the obstacles could find themselves pinned down by withering fire. Once more, we should note that Russian trenches are not long, unbroken lines that go on for miles. Rather, they tend to be platoon or company-sized strongpoints that overlook or directly control critical terrain. In this section of the line, Russian engineers have dug a company-sized position on a piece of high ground that commands the road. Most of the strongpoint is composed of simple trenches, deep enough for a man to stand in without being exposed. Some trenches have been dug by hand, but the rapid construction of these trenches is mostly owed to specialized digging machines like the VTM-3. Also dating back to the Cold War era, it is a rather robust machine capable of excavating around 800 meters of man-sized trench in 1 hour. Once the bulk of the earth has been removed, additional work can be done to improve the functionality of the trench section. This includes adding structural elements to prevent erosion, planking to mitigate mud and improve movement in wet conditions, sandbags for added protection, carve-outs for observation or firing positions, ladders and step boxes for popping out over the lip, and more. Overall, these simple open-top trenches are effective force multipliers, which provide good protection from direct fire weapons like rifles. However, they are vulnerable to indirect fire from mortars and artillery. Their impact, though, has been somewhat mitigated by the practice of adopting zigzag pattern trenches, which can help block lateral explosions and direct fire weaponry. However, during heavy bombardments, each 7-man squad has a dugout within which they may seek shelter. These are often deeper, more fortified positions, which can also double as places to rest, eat, and sleep while on the front. As such, soldiers will often personalize them to meet their needs. Given enough time, these dugouts can almost start to feel like home. Zooming back out of this position, we can see that our defenders here appear to be tasked with covering about 800 meters of the line. This can be a tall order for a Russian company to hold. After wartime reorganization, full-strength Russian motor rifle companies only have about 75 men, and few formations currently are at full strength. This makes the firepower of supporting tanks and the company's own vehicles even more important. To this end, Just as the strength of the infantry has been improved using trenches, such vehicles have also seen their effectiveness increased by the creation of revetments. These are holes dug into the ground, which allow vehicles to fire from hull-down positions, presenting a much smaller target to Ukrainian attackers. Zooming back out once more, we can see how this Russian company does not stand alone. Besides it, are several other positions which cover their flanks.
And behind them is going to be other units that are rotating. They're all rotating.
To the rear are additional positions for HQ and reserve units.
This side, now you do.
And atop a nearby hill are additional emplacements dating back to before the war, which have a commanding view of this battlefield.
Still, you know what I'm saying?
From here, spotting and fire support can be provided. Beyond this simulated area are even more layers of defenses with mechanized reserves, backfire artillery, ready to pounce on any Ukrainians attempting to break through. I'll let all this soak in, as the scope of modern warfare can often be difficult to grasp in our minds.
You're not going to be left behind, bro. Well, left behind for some reason.
As we continue this map, you can now hopefully grasp the sheer scope of Russia's defenses, not just in the region, but across the entire war front. Without a doubt, taking on these fortifications is an uphill fight. This is something which those tasked with planning out and certainly carrying out the offensive are well aware, for which many of us at home fail to grasp as we scroll through the headlines, wondering what is taking the offensive so long. In this episode, I hope we've provided a grounded, true-size view of what the Ukrainians are actually doing. It's not impossible. Many, even more formidable defenses have been overcome in the past. So join us next time as we prepare to explore how victory can be achieved. If you enjoyed this content, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where we post downloads of all our art, share script previews, and run polls for new content. A big thanks to the current patrons for funding the channel, and to the researchers, writers, and artists for making this episode possible. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content, and check out these other related episodes. See you in the next one.
It's really young.
We're making your journey across the Pacific easier than ever. With a continuously growing network of flights, we're shaping a world of stress-free travel with our partnership, including more flights with convenient schedules,
Mets here, the first pitch to Brett Beatty, lifted in the air, deep center field. Long one back in center for Eden. He leaps, it's gone! Brett Beatty launches it to dead center field. 105 miles an hour off his back, 416 feet. And boy, are we glad to have you in Syracuse, Brett. Mets 3, Bisons nothing. Baseball for you. 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, driven deep to right field. This ball is gone! 420 feet for Brett Beatty. He won up what he did earlier. It's a 2-home run game for Brett. Syracuse leads 7-1. And I don't want to hear anyone saying this is a 4A guy.
To the hassle. As Sproat looks in, out comes to the set. Lifts the left leg and delivers. That's a swing and a miss on a fastball that's clocked at 100. The highest we've seen Sproat in his Double-A tenure. Sunday night does feel like it was 2 weeks ago. The 0-2 is cut on a miss. Went to a 100-mile-per-hour fastball again. That's back-to-back punch-outs for Sproat to begin his outing. The whip will be 1-2 on Pinckney. And Sproat winds, delivers. Well, down there. Went 91 on a sinker down and in to strike out the side when Harrisburg came to town. It will be an 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Cruz goes down on that changeup. Sproat hits, delivers. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging on the change inside. 5 strikeouts to begin the game. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Sproat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went with the slider, low in the zone. Purchase a pair of socks online at sockoutcancer.org as the 1-2 is swung on a miss, and House goes down for the second time today. 0-2 from Sproat. Swung and missed, strike 3. He's 0 for 1. Sproat winds and deals. On the outside corner, called strike 3 with a changeup. It will be a 3-2. Pinckney swings and misses, a new career high. 10 strikeouts for Brandon Sproat, and he blew it by him at 97.
stock in ourselves and see where in the hell we want to go. Your future is in your own hands to go all the way to the championship. Not like you did last week. We know that.
I got called into Bill Walsh's office once because I'm thinking I had a game where I had over 10 receptions. I think I had 3 touchdowns. And I'm thinking Bill is bringing me up to congratulate me. But Bill brought me up to tell me that, look, I need more from you on the football field. And come to find out, he had brought up Ronnie Lott and so many of the other players also. He was that type of motivator.
Some guys can take on that competition and thrive on it. Other guys can cave in.
To me, football is an art form. It's a science, but it's an art form. Because of the rules, there are unlimited possibilities.
Here's 20 halfback read.
Go red right, which is split backs, 20 halfback read. So John Taylor's got a comeback, which could turn into a go. The back, he's got a read route, so he's got a 5 to 6 yard hook, which could turn into a cross, which could turn into an out, which could turn into an arrow.
You want to fuck that bitch?
He had a 12 to 14 yard hook.
Who's it?
Man adjusts to a cross.
Oh, wait,
Jerry
man.
had a post hook read on the backside. No safety in the middle, he goes to the post. And the fullback was checking, blocking first, and then slow flat on the right. You got a progression. You know, we went to the back. First it was hot. He was hot. They got a blitz from that side. It was halfback to the comeback to the inside. And no safety, forget it. Just throw the post.
It was so much fun to kind of reel in. It was like a fishing expedition, right? You draw them in and just enough, and then you just whip back and throw it right down the rail to Jerry. And that was what was fun about playing in the West Coast 50. You were very tactical, and you really did pick on people.
The pass offense was high percentage time passing. So if you're here, find the throw. That's what's really edge over our opposition.
You don't kind of see me, man.
We also learned to strive for what Bill liked to say was perfection, because if we miss perfection, we're pretty good. But if you aim to be just so-so or be good and you miss, you end up being mediocre, and you don't last very long in the NFL being mediocre.
How did it pitch feel to you?
It seemed like usually I'm the ball out, just leaving my hand as a turn. We have a script of plays for the whole practice, and he goes, there's 90 players. We could be here an hour and 45 minutes, or we could be here 45. But we're not leaving until we get it right.
That will be a beauty. The other thing that's important, I think, is the demeanor. Don't try to attract attention by sorry-looking clothes. Don't think just because you dress up like the pilot, they'll let you steer the plane.
I hate putting on team deathmatch. Every game be team deathmatch. Team deathmatch. Team deathmatch.
We just got to the hotel. Wasn't paying attention. I was trying to get my eyes on the door and try to walk in as fast as you can go. I had a carry-on bag in my arm.
I passed this guy who was wearing a velvet suit and a cap and all that kind of stuff, and hadn't registered on me.
As I got off the bus, somebody grabbed my bag, and I go, no, it's okay, I got it. I wasn't really paying attention. But then he grabbed it the second time and yanked hard. I said, no, I got it. And I turned and looked, and it was Bill.
We really didn't know who he was until we really looked at his face.
It was part of his way of relaxing the football team and getting us ready to play the ball game.
You might tell Joe Montana and the Bears, I think maybe they really did win one for the Gipper.
Well, I think Joe was thinking of the Gipper when he won that one, I'll tell you. I was hoping I'd be receiving a call from him. Thank you very, very much. We're going to have to find a way to avoid being distracted by all the great things about being a professional athlete. They can get so distracted by it, they forget why they're earning the money. And that's to play football and be part of a football team.
After the first Super Bowl, where everybody was all of a sudden wanted all over the place.
Microsoft and the WNBA are teaming up to show that winning games takes passion, dedication, and STEM.
Find your
rhythm with TD Clear, a whole new take on credit, with no interest and a simple monthly fee, so you always know what to expect.
What up?
He thought I was doing way too much off the field, and he was right.
Wanna play some hardcore?
And he just said, "Look, this is
Let's get it.
Your
That's
job is
what's
to
up.
play football here, and I understand all these things, these new things that are going
Let's
on.
give a few. Give like 2 minutes. You're gonna need some jammers.
The less people see you, the more they want you, and that sticks in my mind till this day.
Keep interviews short. After 5 minutes, you're starting to get in trouble. After 10 minutes, your wife's going to hear about it. After 20 minutes, your teammates. Some crazy things you end up saying. Keep your interview short, cover things, and get out of there keeping yourself satisfied and them satisfied.
Bill was very complex. He was very, very competitive.
Keep it short.
Football was always with the stick. Every coach just a big, heavy stick and just pounded people. And Bill had the greatest carrot. He had a stick, but he had a carrot. And he had a way of doing it that changed the way that players are dealt with.
Give a few. See what happens. Get some beer. You want some beer? What you doing over there, man? Watching the games? Watching football or something?
I ain't doing shit for real.
Huh? Give me some beer.
He was a very cerebral coach, and he wanted his team to be very cerebral. We were a reflection, just like kids are a reflection of their parents.
We talk a lot about the chemistry of this ball club. I mean, we have super rapport between players, all positions, all age group.
You play Call of Duty a lot?
Everything. Super rapport.
He was also very much interested in bringing in minority coaches who would be partners in managing what was essentially a new and evolving demographic in the locker room on the field.
Bill was always the one that wanted to integrate teams. People think innovation is inspirational.
Give it to me. Oh!
Everything. You know, whether it was religion,
Give it to me. Oh!
geography, or language, you know, all the things that put people in groups, he wanted to break down because what he knew is that the quarterbacks knew something about the defensive backs and knew their white
That's just me and you.
where they were from, that team would, under pressure, perform better.
Every racial group, every economic group, different educational backgrounds, different ages. Somehow the sport of football brings everybody together.
Getting called to Bill's office wasn't always a good thing.
It's like getting called to the principal's office.
Hey, going to the principal's office. The principal used to come get me and shit. Oh, they used to come. You gotta go. You gotta hear that shit. I don't want to see you ever again. I'm like, I ain't want to see you from the first place.
He did make us pay, thank goodness. $1,000 was a lot to me in 1980.
And why are you looking for me?
Somewhere between a dad and a big brother. He would, if
You
saw
see,
you kind of
I
get
just,
down the wrong road, he'd call you in.
you can't wait. Let's go.
In
Let's go play some games.
And Ken McAfee, we have two of the biggest, dumbest, slowest tight ends in the National Football League.
Can't wait, y'all.
All right, now the next thing we've got, a little more of a passing situation, is a sprint right option.
This was a Paul Brown play from the early 50s.
Sprint right option means that the quarterback is going to sprint. So in contrast to straight back in the pocket, he's going to sprint to the right or he could sprint to the left. So the option phase, one is quick throw to the flat, two is to run.
First and goal, split back, on his hip, Montana to the end zone, touchdown 49ers, he brings it in himself.
Three is to read the quarter of the end zone.
Bill went to it for the catch play.
That was the fulfillment of 3 years of hard work of running that play thousands of times in practice.
So sprint right open, 324, looks up and pitch.
They come out the WNBA on the road today.
People that were
I mean, this year.
we were putting in the system, now taking that play.
Okay.
We have it.
They come down, watch come on, beat your man, baby.
Number teams have it.
Everyone, thank you.
From Bill Walsh to Fort Anderson, just essentially replaced it in things that
3 minutes left, and Brett Favre, of course, pulls the magic out. Throws the same play that Joe Montana was going to catch. You know, for us, it's like, you've got to be kidding. You know, throw right option. Come on. That's our play.
Again, this blues people, and those that replace them have the conviction that they can play as well or better if ever called upon.
Bill Walsh is the kind of guy that could grab talent from people.
I was out of football at age 28, and I sent out all my resumes to all the teams in the league, and everybody said I was the oldest except one. That was Bill Walsh. It was incredible playing for you.
Take the sacrifice of sacrifices.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
You'll have an excellent game plan. I think we're in pretty good shape there. But you, in your heart, have to get on that plane, ready to make the sacrifice of all sacrifices.
Here you got both of us.
Ah, got me again.
Solid and built by creativity. I'm Jake, and I'm built by purpose.
I'm Asia, and I'm built by purpose.
And I'm built by Baruch. And I'm built by
Come on now. Fuck.
And I'm built by Baruch.
And I'm built by Baruch.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Joe.
These guys over here dancing.
And how are the restaurants around here? Are they good? Bad?
Assume all contacts are hostile.
What yeah?
Spy plane available for tasking.
Take that field just like Marvin Hagler. Then you take that field and unload it. He used to talk about he was a boxer at St.
This isn't working. Order high.
You know, you have to beat your opponent.
If you watch a boxing match, it's not all about the knockout. It's about what boxer is hitting the other boxer first.
We're taking control.
The football was to be hitting the opponent every time before they were hitting you.
As soon as you slow down, now you're playing their game. Like letting a big heavyweight.
It was strong. It wasn't about that. It was about the complexity of the game. It was about the poise. It was about making the right decisions at the right time. And about outputting your opponent. He was in control of everything, but he was very comfortable letting folks do their job. So on the defensive side of the ball, he had a lot of trust in Chuck Studley. Chuck Studley was the deepest scorer. When it came to Bill Walsh being a part of the defense, you didn't see him a lot, but you also knew that, man, his fingerprints were on it. If there was a mistake, or if I was out of position, or if William was out of position, or if Willie Harper was out of position, Maxwell didn't get something done, Chuck Studley and that group, they would get berated. At the end of the day, Bill was in control.
You can always talk about things, but you do them. And get them done quickly. There's no use spending time in dialogue. That's where everybody makes mistakes in this world. So if we say, we're going to hit people before they can hit us, we're going to do it in ball game. In this game, it didn't show up once the whole game. I don't think it showed up once. Each guy in the room's got a role.
One underneath. I'll kind of mark the area.
Coverage, it might be special blitz, whatever the hell it is. Figure your job, whatever you do is a critical job this week. The game's up to you personally. Reserve 50 against the world. This is it. The owner there at Philadelphia's guaranteed a victory for his team. And so it should be an interesting contest.
Enemy sentry turret detected in your AO.
Mark their sentry.
Man.
Or he may be patting on the thing. He's just probably the finest person that I ever worked with before.
He was too young and dumb, I think, to understand it. But he had a very good knack of keeping all the teams balanced. If anybody had a great week before and you were feeling a little bit cocky, he'd tear it apart.
The thing that worries the hell out of me is that Ed's not being there. Because we're looking for guys who take everything close.
If somebody had a bad week, he'd come in and build you up.
And I just sense a feeling on that.
Sit rep. Enemy attack helo above.
Positive. So confident. He's great to see it. Really good.
He was extremely demanding. When someone talks about Bill, there's a love and then there's an edge to it. Bill had this look, many pictures to show it. He had a look, he tilted his head, and his hands were arms were crossed. I saw that as far down the bench as I could. And I'd go to the phone and get to the quarterback coach first, and then right before we hang up, he goes,
yo, I was shooting that shit.
Yeah, I figured that.
Fucking control. It's control.
This is a great game for them. You never play the real Dallas. Every time you beat them, there's somebody, there's a plane didn't have the proper cool on, whether the accommodations weren't right, something, some reason they lost the game other than getting their ass.
What he brought to the game was just amazing. A lot of character. Players wanted to always
got the one last one.
Bill was a great coach, but more importantly to us, a great human being.
We never wanted to let him down, and I think that's why we had so much success on the team. Brilliant, innovative, dear friend.
Right, I thought he seen that dude.
One of the great motivators. His coaching tree goes on and on and on, all through the NFL.
Almost
His
there.
legacy
Hold
will
fast,
go on
people.
forever.
Enemy hop established above.
Oh.
Hostile sentry turret active.
Mark their sentry. It's in that window.
This is great when they're tired and they're confused and they want to get back to Dallas. This is when you knock their ass off.
Hell yeah. Good shit, yeah. Good game.
Drink it in.
We're champions right now. We got one more to go. Congratulations for a tremendous effort. Tremendous.
We've set a high standard for this ball club, the highest in football, maybe the highest football is seen, and we're not going to deteriorate regardless of who's in the game. Because the guy next to you suffers if you don't give it everything you've got.
You don't know when your turn will come. You can suddenly be called in to do the most critical thing in the game from out of nowhere. That's why you've got to be ready. So there isn't a substitute on the ball. Everybody plays.
Play off, Dwight. Yeah. Read what you see. Great. And that will be a unit.
Everybody 100% fresh for this ball game. Somehow you've got to be fresh. In some cases it may mean a lot of sex. In others, none. I don't know.
So what they're going to stop is saying with Fish tomorrow. And Friday we're going to have a barbecue. Everybody will have a pole. I want these pole fights.
And Danny White knows he's not going to play, so he's the guy who knocked it off. But if you keep your ass.
You got to hold the line.
Hardcore team deathmatch. За родину! Pulled ahead.
With 3:10 remaining, the 49ers will have to go from their 8-yard line.
We're losing the advantage. Taking control.
Spy plane available for tasking. Counter spy plane available for tasking.
Are the best team in football as we sit here. We are the best. Our opposition knows it. We are.
Counter spy plane midway fuel check complete.
So we take the field.
Counter spy plane operation. Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Damn.
Enemy counter spy plane inbound.
Long range.
With a Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great workout. For $1 down and $24.99 a month. You get first life access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out. With tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Then relax to the Black Card Spa for a pampered perk. Work out and perk out with a PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, deal ends June 14th. Online or at your local PF Club.
Sending gift cards involves be a nightmare. But what if it could be tremendous? Tremendous is a platform that takes the stress out of sending payouts like Visa, PayPal, and gift cards at scale worldwide, saving you 15 hours of busy work a month. Just tell us who and how much. We automate the rest. Send thousands of payouts to over 200 countries in minutes. Don't worry about global currency conversions or offering locally relevant options. You don't even need to know where someone lives. We'll figure it all out for you. And make it easy to track. That's the way without recording data. Recipients then rewards are delivered instantly. And if they have any issues, our dedicated customer support will solve them, so you don't have to. Sending bulk gift cards and payouts has never been easy. Join over 10,000 businesses that have streamlined their payouts and try Tremendous today.
I am familiar with the book. I've read it. This is an amazing book. This book is hard to find.
If you try to buy it on eBay, you're talking about $100 or more.
This book is really about how to manage and get the best out of people.
Every football coach should have it. I'd be surprised if they don't.
What I learned from reading this book would be some of the things behind the scenes that I would have they were explained to me.
As close to scripture as you can get for a coach, right?
It's the Bible of football coaching. It's a great book. It should be required reading for every football coach.
He might be the finest quarterback produced in the last 10 years. It's a bit right. That's all I need. Fortunately for me, I didn't live my life. I didn't live my job. Football convinced me that life is a team game.
Easy trap. Napalm strike inbound. Enemy spy plane inbound.
It's been said that we are all authors of our own lives. Some are triumphs.
Hostile
some
counter
tragedies.
spy plane established above.
Some collect dust. Some become bestsellers. Like most, the book of Bill Walsh has its ups and downs. But in the end, his story is one of the NFL's greatest masterpieces. He was the author of a franchise's unlikely revival.
We're just a group of young players that have excellent chemistry together.
We've taken the lead.
The creator of the West Coast offense.
As Paul Brown would say, we're a precision.
A dramatist who scripted the greatest quarterback controversy in NFL history.
We're going to have to flex between Steve and Joe Montana. That's a critical area for us.
3 Super Bowls.
Was this the final game on the sideline for a great coach today?
Yet page after page, he remained his own worst critic.
I wish I'd have enjoyed it more because those were the truly golden years.
A lesser-known chapter of his career is a monumental book titled Finding the Winning Edge, written by Walsh 8 years after as head coach of the San Francisco 49ers.
Hostile artillery targeting active. Net call, incoming artillery.
This is everything that this guy's talking about. I can't read it cover to cover. You know, there's places that I really am interested in, and other places I just can't put the details he was interested in.
I have this sitting in my house. He left coaching too soon for me, and he left this world too soon. It's just to start to get to know him.
Well, he'd been asked many times by a number of different organizations what he had used to get to the point where the 49ers were winning Super Bowls. So he was giving talks, giving lectures, and one day he said, why don't I just write a book? He was infamous for having all of his lectures and team meetings videotaped. And it was really pretty handy when it came to crafting the book, because he could go back and see exactly what was his mindset.
Walsh also looked to the past for a writing partner. He found one in a former 49ers public relations assistant, turned NFL coach.
I think how antiquated things would be.
Up your game or face the consequences.
Little mini cassettes that I would literally get for conversations.
What's tending to happen now to the head coach is he's becoming more press secretary and less coach.
It's fascinating to be able to look at the original manuscript, and I think you can get a sense of the way it was laid out. My writing abilities were only
Enemy
such that I
hard
knew we were
inbound.
going to have to bring it in to clean up the flow of the book, because this was a little more than an outline.
I wrote this book primarily because I wanted to get to know Bill Walsh better. I said, Coach Walsh, we're going to do this. Why don't we make this your legacy project? And he said, what's that? I said, let's do a book
Hostile
that's so
pipeline established overhead.
that no one will ever try to write a similar kind of book. There's a rule.
Mission terminated. All squads retreat.
There was plenty.
Well, that blew up in our faces.
Hey, bro, no faces. What face you talking about, man? What you talking about?
How meticulous Bill was, and how methodical he was, and how specific he was in the schedule.
How your play should be in a mini-camp practice when you only have helmets.
Practice schedules, off-season programs, draft, evaluation, everything is in this.
I'm gonna piece something for that pizza.
Well, no, we gotta have X's and O's.
There's got to be a purpose for any information you give. You're giving them more information than they need. Now, I think this is important.
But I said, Bill, the minute we put a football diagram in, this thing's going to be shoved on the sports section. And it's not going to sell anywhere near. And he says, I don't care.
Finding the Winning Edge sold just 35,000 copies. Although it went on to become the definitive textbook for running an NFL franchise, its author was tortured by the imperfections that he saw in it.
It just wasn't good enough. You know, but that sort of seemed to be how a lot of things have been for him. Even if this was a success, he would still somehow find a way to not consider it one.
Sitting by myself. I looked out the window so no one could see me break down.
It was too much for anyone.
Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up.
I decided I would resign as soon as the season ended.
Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up.
And the job
What
was
you
just
talking
too
to,
much
bro?
for me.
Bill Walsh thought he was a failure.
Hey, you thought he was gonna be on the other team. He's already telling me shut the fuck up. Stupid motherfucker.
He inherited a team that won 2 games in 1978.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the.
Ball 1.
Turn your goddamn TV off.
Before he even coached a game in San Francisco.
God damn it.
Walsh was asked to host a preview film of the 1979 season.
Don't nobody give a fuck about that goddamn documentary you watching, bitch.
My mind wandered.
Turn that shit the fuck off.
Yeah, Kyle out here playing.
Downstairs.
Hey, Skeletor, Skeleton, fucking bitch ass motherfucker, turn your shit off.
It's Lord Skeletor. Lord Skeletor. I'm hearing you know. I'm hearing you know. Yeah. I hear you know.
Shut the fuck up.
I hear you know.
Shut the fuck up. Hear you know. Hear you know. Shut the fuck up.
Before games, he would hold tryouts.
That's it?
Little dick bastard.
Little dick bastard. Yo, listen, I'm not white.
You're not white?
Yeah, I'm not white.
Goddamn, so you Asian. You got that little picky, nigga.
Nah, nigga, man, come on now, nigga. I got a fucking big dick. My shit is 10 inches, motherfucker. Yo, listen, I will FaceTime. Listen, I will FaceTime you in front of your friend that's laughing, in front of you, in front of your whole fucking clan. I challenge y'all that I have a bigger dick than all of y'all on this fucking team. Let's FaceTime each other. Let's FaceTime each other, motherfucker. Let's FaceTime.
He telling us.
Huh?
He telling us.
I got big balls, motherfucker. I got big balls, motherfucker. I got big balls. My balls is all up in your face, motherfucker. My balls are all on your face. Motherfucker. Balls all over. It's spaghetti and meatballs, motherfucker. It's spaghetti and meatballs, motherfucker. My grandmother's not got nothing to do with this, motherfucker. It's just me and you. And tonight's dinner is spaghetti and meatballs with some red sauce. We call it tomato sauce, motherfucker. All over your face, motherfucker. Lick that ass! Lick that ass! 3 times! 3 times! 100 days! 100 hours! 3 times! 10,000 wins! 3 times! Ranked in the top 25!
At the start of my 3rd year, I just wanted our team to have some respect in the National Football League, because we didn't. We began to demonstrate offensively that we could be interesting.
He would put plays in meetings sometimes and say, you don't have to flinch when you catch this. There won't be anybody around. You'll be wide open. You know, we're all thinking, yeah, they get coached too. And, you know, you catch it, get ready to get hit and turn around and be right.
Yo, you gotta.
A lot of confidence. A lot of hey, no one can stop us.
Yeah, I feel like that.
When they carried him off the field, it was because he had won a division title.
Bubba, I am so hungry.
And Walsh would have to beat Dallas. Fittingly, he had scripted a perfect play.
When you think about the coaching point on my part of the play,
Dwight is in here sliding that out.
for him to say to Joe, throw it to Dwight high enough to where it either goes out of bounds or he can jump up and catch it. To think through that play all the way to that minor little detail, to me, you just really believe in every single thing he says.
That was the origin of a dynasty.
With MetroFlex, I get a free 5G phone when I join.
And I can get the same great deals as new customers when I stay.
Many people erroneously think they have only one chance to succeed in their life's work. And if they miss that chance, they are doomed to failure. In fact, most people have several opportunities to succeed.
Before Bill Walsh could write that passage, he had to experience it. As a young assistant with the Cincinnati Bengals in the late 60s and early 70s, Walsh thought his life's work was succeeding his mentor, the legendary Paul Brown.
Yo, you swear he's cuts.
Bill Walsh loved him. He thought he was the example of how you do things.
Bill, you see after we get hit with a T.B.E. like we did there, it does something down there, and that's when you see what you do.
Paul Brown thought Bill Walsh was a bright mind. He was a young, up-and-coming coach.
Brown, the first coach to call plays from the sideline, even allowed his protege to ghostwrite the Bengals play calling.
It was convoluted. A call would come from Walsh upstairs.
86 factor.
And then Bill Johnson would repeat that call.
88 and delay. 88 and delay.
Then it would go to the messenger guard and then on the field.
Well, we're not going to have much time when we get this. I don't want to try something that we're gambling a lot on.
In the run-heavy NFL of the early 70s, the Bengals' high-percentage passing game was a sensation. Like WKRP's Dr. Johnny Fever, Bill Walsh was living on the air in Cincinnati.
Why is you reaching out to me, bro?
He was ahead of his time, and Bill absorbed all this from him. But he wanted to take it to the next level. He wanted to include more of Bill Walsh's thinking.
Yeah, come on, bro. What you want?
Walsh believed he was Brown's heir apparent. Then, on New Year's Day, 1976, the Bengals coach made a bombshell announcement.
We were shocked when Paul Brown announced that he was retiring.
You have to change this.
The next announcement was...
See what else they give it. Too much.
The 19th century was the time of great inventors and great inventions. Along the way, Thomas Edison became one of the best known and most admired inventors in history. Nikola Tesla is arguably less well known. Only recently has he attracted renewed attention, thanks in part to the electric car company that bears his name. In 1884, when Tesla was 28 years old, he sailed for New York with only 4 cents in his pocket. His money and some of his luggage were stolen on the way over. Like other immigrants, Tesla came to America for work. He'd been hired as an engineer at Edison Machine Works in Manhattan. Tesla admired Edison, recalling, "One of the great events in my life was my first meeting with Edison. This wonderful man who had received no scientific training, yet had accomplished so much, filled me with amazement." Edison was also impressed with the young engineer, remarking to an assistant, "This is a damn good man." It didn't take long, however, for things to turn sour, as the two men disagreed over how electricity should be delivered to the masses. In 1879, Edison created the first practical incandescent light bulb, and then built a system to carry electricity so people could use his new invention. He opened up his first power plant in New York in 1882, supported by his direct current electrical system, also known as DC. A network of underground cables would carry electricity from a generator to homes and businesses. But his DC generators kept failing, so he hired the young Serbian engineer to improve them. Tesla saw the weaknesses of direct current, which travels through a power line in one direction at a constant voltage. But there's a critical flaw. It can only go up to a mile before losing power. Tesla felt he had come up with a better solution, alternating current. AC periodically changes direction and can also vary its voltage. The crucial advantage is that it can travel hundreds of miles without losing power. Yet when Tesla tried to convince Edison of the advantages of AC, his boss wasn't having any of it. Edison didn't want to lose the royalties he earned from his DC patents. Tesla claimed Edison promised him $50,000 if he could improve on his DC generators, and when he did, Edison refused to pay up and is said to have responded, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." So Tesla quit after just a few months on the job. His diary, goodbye to the Edison Machine Works. Tesla set out on his own, hoping to find investors interested in his concept for an AC motor, which he had patented. Yet he struggled. Alternating current was a totally new technology, not something anyone had ever seen before. He even briefly had to resort to digging ditches just to survive. But there was one person who took a chance on him. Entrepreneur George Westinghouse saw the potential of AC. He believed AC was the missing link in long-distance power transmission. So he purchased Tesla's AC patents for $60,000 and offered Tesla stock and royalties of $2.50 for each horsepower of electricity sold. All of this is worth millions today. Edison tried to do everything he could to discredit Tesla's AC system so that DC would be the preferred choice to power homes. He found an ally in J.P. Morgan, at the time the most powerful banker in America. This would lead to the birth of General Electric. The battle against Tesla and Westinghouse is now known as the War of the Currents. And in many ways, it was a propaganda war launched by Edison to try to convince the public that AC was dangerous. He zeroed in on the fact that alternating current operated at much higher voltages than direct current. When the state of New York commissioned an electricity salesman named Harold Brown to build the electric chair, Edison paid him behind the scenes to use his rival's AC generators secured through a second-hand dealer. Brown also used AC to electrocute dogs at Edison's laboratory in New Jersey, which Edison recalled in articles he published, writing, "I have myself seen a large, healthy dog killed instantly by the alternating current." Other animals were not immune to his schemes. Edison's company electrocuted a circus elephant named Topsy using AC and produced a film about it. His anti-AC crusade may or may not have also come from a genuine concern about safety. He wrote a letter warning the president of his electric light company of the danger of AC, declaring, "Just as certain as death, Westinghouse will kill a customer within 6 months after he puts in a system of any size." Sure enough, there were several accidental deaths due to the high voltages of AC in the late 1880s in New York and several other cities.
Don't bother
In one
people.
incident, telegraph lineman John Feeks' body was left hanging in tangled wires in front of a horrified crowd. His death led to laws to move AC lines underground in New York City. Tesla felt that the only way to show AC was safe was to demonstrate it on himself. In a dramatic display at Columbia University, he grasped a brass ball in each hand and touched the terminals of a high-voltage, high-frequency transformer now known as the Tesla coil. 250,000 volts raced across the surface of his body. A newspaper reported that he was surrounded by tongues of electric flame, and his strategy apparently worked. In 1893, Tesla and Westinghouse scored a big win when they beat out Edison to light up the Chicago World Fair using alternating current, the first all-electric fair in history. 3 years later, they lit up the city of Buffalo using AC motors powered by the waters of Niagara Falls. This was Tesla's childhood dream. As a kid, he saw an image of the falls and told his uncle that one day he'd go to America and capture the energy of Niagara. The first hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls would mark the beginning of the electrification of the world. When he gave a speech at the opening ceremony, Tesla said, "It is a monument worthy of our scientific age. It signifies the subjugation of natural forces to the service of man, the discontinuance of barbarous methods, the relieving of millions from want and suffering." Today, almost every home in the world is powered by AC, whereas DC powers smaller items, anything that uses batteries, from your electric toothbrush to the clock on the wall. Despite the success of AC, Tesla never went on to the fame and fortune that Edison enjoyed. Because Edison was not only an inventor, he was a businessman, honing his craft at the age of 13, when he started selling candy, newspapers, and vegetables on trains, and turned an amazing profit of $50 a week in his day, about $1,600 today. Edison would likely have made a different choice when confronted with the challenging situation that Tesla faced next. The War of the Currents took a financial toll on Westinghouse, whose company racked up millions of dollars in debt. When Westinghouse begged Tesla to lower his royalty rate in order to save the company, Tesla did more than that. He tore up his contract, relinquishing his royalties altogether. It's estimated that Tesla willingly walked away from $12 million in royalties in his day, which today would be worth well over $300 million. Those royalties were so valuable that they would have accrued over time to turn Tesla into the world's first billionaire. In return for this act of incredible compassion, Westinghouse paid him a lump sum of $216,000 for the right to use his AC patents forever, which is roughly $5 million today. Tesla's decision would hurt him dearly because he ended up short of cash to fund his other grand ideas. He had discovered that his powerful coil made it possible to send and receive radio signals. But in 1895, a fire broke out at the building housing his New York lab as he was about to transmit a signal 50 miles to West Point, New York. The blaze destroyed everything: his models, designs, notes, and tools. The timing was terrible because Italian inventor Guglielmo Marconi was also developing radio in England, sending Morse code-based signals. Tesla still managed to beat Marconi to the punch by filing American patents for the radio first in 1897. When Marconi tried to do the same a few years later, the U.S. Patent Office turned it down because his were too similar to Tesla's. Repeated applications were also rejected. But Marconi did attract the attention of none other than Edison, who invested in him and became a consulting engineer at Marconi's company. The Italian's greatest achievement came in 1901, when he received the first radio signal sent across the Atlantic from a transmitter in southwest England to St. John's, Newfoundland in eastern Canada. This won Marconi international fame, and he had to use Tesla's patents to achieve it. But Tesla didn't mind. When one of his engineers said, "Looks as if Marconi got the jump on you," Tesla replied, "Marconi is a good fellow. Let him continue. He is using 17 of my patents." Unfortunately, no patent is truly safe. In 1904, the Patent Office decided inexplicably to rewrite history by awarding Marconi a patent for the invention of the radio, reversing its earlier decisions. It gave no reason, but it didn't hurt that Marconi had the financial backing of Edison and other influential people. In 1909, Marconi won the Nobel Prize in Physics for the invention of the radio. Tesla was furious and sued the Marconi company for infringement. The radio incident led Tesla to lose business opportunities. For example, Tesla had a grand vision for wireless electricity. His proposal initially caught the attention of J.P. Morgan, who put up a...
Listen to my music.
Our ads work as hard as you do by fitting your small business with new customers. Because when customers feel as close as this, your next sale's never more than arm's length away. Imagine that. Small businesses saw 26% of their sales on average driven by Amazon ads.
Pecan or Fruit Loops, Zucaritas or Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, Special K or Special K. No importa cómo le digas o de donde seas, nada más sabe que Kellogg's nos une a todos. Kellogg's, on Mom's Table, aquí y allá.
Buenos días, mi gente, esto es NKL. En el programa de hoy nos acompaña la talentosa Lía Cali, quien ha venido a presentar su nuevo tema, Volvernos a Amar. Una colaboración junto al artista colombiano Nampa Básico. ¿Qué pasa, Lía? Explícanos cómo surgió este tema. Lía.
Maybe the next person. It's time, baby. Yo. Don't let the door. Huh? Yo, what up, yo? I can't hear you. I said crown. Yo, queen. The big queen shit. Yeah, yo, try to join me, yo. I'm waiting for you. I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
You want a career in cybersecurity? We can help you get there. Our stackable cybersecurity programs offer the flexibility to earn a higher degree at your own pace. Advance your ambition in cybersecurity at TBE.edu.
I'm really gonna die, man. It goes quick. No, titties, you know.
A 100 years and 100 moons. Tell him, Skeletor.
Hostile RCXD in your AO. Securing Alpha. Losing C.
Skeletor, tell them niggas, nigga, you back.
Enemy has charge. Losing Bravo. Taking C. They're dominating us. Go on the offensive. Hostile stray frog inbound.
Kelly needs new floors. So she makes the flooring experts in LL Flooring.
What's wrong?
Easy.
How are you?
2, 3,
What was wrong with that? What's up, man? Oh, I couldn't call it. Just slow motion, taking it one day at a time.
Dominated. Get aggressive. B locked down. Losing Bravo. Taking A.
Just be on the back of the beach, Skeletor. Laying down. There's one in our room to the right, too. Man, we lost. Y'all niggas ass.
Enemy sentry turret detected in your AO.
Up out of here, Wayne.
Brave run incoming on your location. No second chances. This is all or nothing.
Buscando una excusa para volvernos a amar, pero aunque todo esté mal, me alivia la espera. Siempre al final, todo vale la pena. Por volverte a tocar, por volverte a besar, para bajar por tu culpa y no te dejar. Cuando todo te derrite, sabes cómo no te
They ain't gonna bust nothing up. They ain't busting nothing up, man. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. You turn your nose up, nigga. Fuck.
I would have fucked you up. What's up, Wayne?
I'm gonna fuck all of y'all up in the lobby. Your headshot. Your headshot. I'ma fuck you up. Your headshot. Worm. All of y'all motherfuckers. Shut the fuck up. Ah!
Our ads work as hard as you do by bringing customers
Come on now.
closer than you.
She makes me relax.
La talentosa Lía Cali, quien ha venido a presentar su nuevo tema Volvernos a Amar, una colaboración junto al artista colombiano Nampa Básico. ¿Qué pasa, Lía? Explícanos cómo surgió este tema.
Explíqueme, yo no entiendo.
Lía.
I need weed, bro. Yeah.
Si no, casi no puedo hacer.
aunque todo esté mal, me alivia las penas, baby, siempre al final.
You got something. Come on, sure.
Por volverte a tocar. Pero busco una excusa cuando te sientas sola.
Hungry, man. Come on now. What is up?
Introducing Nature's Own Keto Bun, saving the keto world one bun at a time. Hot spring moving sale has been extended. Save up to 25% on moving and storage until June 10. And See by Pots has been trusted with over 6 million moves. Don't wait. Use promo code 25 now to save. Look at pots.com today.
Hardpoint lockdown. We're in the lead. We're falling behind. Hardpoint lockdown.
Oh.
Hardpoint contested. We're taking control. Hardpoint identified.
Stand by for coordinates.
Hardpoint lockdown. Hardpoint lost. We're losing this fight. Hardpoint is secure.
New Hershey's Rainbow Brownie Kisses candies.
We've lost the hardpoint.
Organize your receipts, manage your transactions, and more. So you can leave into the summer worry-free. For a limited time, get 70% off your first 3 months. Check out Cookbook.
We lost the hardpoint.
Get to the next one. Get to the next one. Get to the next one. Everybody get to the next one. Get to the next one.
Marking target location.
Get to the garage. Get to the garage. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here, 90. Get in here. Get to the junkyard.
me he equivocado, las manos correctas, vestigios de mi cuerpo que en tu paladar, buscando una excusa para volvernos a amar, pero aunque todo esté mal, me alivia las penas, baby, siempre al final, todo vale la pena, por volverte a tocar, por volverte a besar, para bajar por tus curvas.
Get in there, get in there, get in there, Raptor, get in there, Raptor. Get in there, Raptor. Get in there, Raptor. Get in there, Raptor. Move, move, let's get to the next one. Everybody move. We're in the middle, everybody move. Get to the middle. Get to the middle. Everybody move, move. Get to the middle, get to the middle! Grenades on B! Grenades! Throw grenades on it! Throw grenades on it! Throw grenades! Grenades! Broken arrow! Broken arrow on B! Broken arrow! Throw grenades on B! Throw everything you have! Grenades on B! Grenades on B! Grenades on B! Broken arrow! Broken arrow! Everybody throw grenades on B! Everything you have! Grenades on B! Emergency! Emergency! Let's go! We're coming back! We're coming back! Get ready! Move! 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 Get to the next one! Move! Everybody move! Move! Come on! Move! Move! Get to the spot! Get to the spot! No! Get to the spot! Get to the spot! Hurry up! Hurry up! Let's go! Move it, move, move, move! Everybody get out of there! Move! Turn around, let's go! Turn around, turn around! Turn around, let's go, let's go! Turn around! Let's go! Turn around, hurry up! Come on now! I need back up, back up, back up! Push! I need back up over there! Oh, you ninja! Fucking ninja! Let's go! Move, 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 move! Get in there! We need every single point! You gotta have fun! Woo! Let's go! I love the jungle the jungle song! I like the jungle song! Woo! It gets me real hype! Welcome to the jungle! Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go! Get to the next side! We moving! Everybody get to the next side! Rainbow, you're dead! Come on now! Come on now! Oh shit! Come on now! It's disappeared! Come on now, it's just popped up. You was late to the party, but it's never too late. Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Let's win this shit. Let's go. All the powers. The powers of the universe. Let's go. Move, 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 move. Get ready. Here it come. Here it come. Here it come. Here it. Oh, motherfucker. Come on now. Oh, that would have been nice. I'm gonna get that triple. Everybody move, 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 move. Get to the next one. Get to the next one. Everybody move. Get to the next one. Everybody move, move, move. Get away from there. Get out of there. Get out. Get out. This it right here. This it. This it. Somebody got it. Somebody got it. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. Somebody got it in our team. Yo, send me a friend request. Them motherfuckers got it, yo. Let's go. Let's go. Move inside. Let's go. Let's go. Guns up. Guns up. Oh no! Oh Lord! I'm getting shot from oh Lord! Yeah, where you at, nigga? Come on, nigga! Come on, nigga! Where you at, nigga? Who the fuck you at? Ah, motherfucker! Listen. To the power. Grenade zombie! Grenade zombie! Grenade zombie! We need grenade zombie! Oh Lord! Oh no! Everybody rotate! Let's take these fucking faggots! Let's take these bitches! Let's take them, whatever you want to call them! Whatever you want to call them, let's take them home! It's time to put the babies to sleep! Woo! Actions Jackson's coming home, baby! It's the night hours! It's the night hours! It's the night hours! Let's go! It's the night hours! Hours! I'm speaking! When I speak, one man speaks! Everybody, I'm talking now! Better watch your mouth! I like the music, it feels so good, the power's against you. Race back. Take these out. So we. I know. Already horny, man. I just finished this playing a little 4 or 5 minutes. I'm already horny. Each was hard.
Soul holds a special place among the Infinity Stones. You might say it has a certain wisdom.
Right there.
Tell me what it needs.
That's good.
To ensure
Perfect punch.
whoever possesses it understands its power. The stone demands a sacrifice.
What?
In order to take the stone, you must lose that which you love.
Oh.
A soul for a soul.
Wow. Come on, wanna play, man? What's going on? It feels like when you play at the night, you play against the best players in the world. When you play early in the morning, and you play in the afternoon, or you play in the middle of the night, at 8:30, 8 o'clock, you gotta be a weirdo. This is a weirdo. I'm supposed to be fucking jerking off or something. The fuck? There ain't nobody out here. Everybody's coming out tonight. They come out 10:30, man. Everybody's chilling outside, hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta stay here with all the weirdos.
Do you want to know why?
Everybody comes at 10:30. There's nobody out here. No.
No one.
No one. They're watching basketball. They're watching baseball. They're watching hockey. They're watching something.
Hardcore domination. Taking C. Capture the objective. Charlie locked down. Taking Bravo. We're pulling ahead. Enemy has A.
Come on, man. Nobody can help me.
Locked down.
The shotgun feels so good. I'm gonna shoot the. Oh, these motherfuckers got saved. I wanted to shoot those two niggas going to beat so badly. Yo, they would pow, pow, pow. Oh, I got him! I got both of them at the same time. No, I love it. Yo, you shoot the shit when you shoot somebody with this gun. It's dictating. It's dictating. It's addictive. I don't know where I got dictating from. I don't even know what dictating means, but it's dictating. It's addictive. Ooh, it makes me shake. I hope I can shoot nigga. Come on now. I need backup. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh Lord, have Lord mercy on me, Lord. Come on now. That A, man. Come on now, get that A. Hurry up, get A, man. Come on now. Motherfucker. Nigga, watch it, nigga. Come on, need help. Somebody jump on there. I'm reloading, man. I'm reloading. Oh, Lord. Come on now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on now. It's coming. Oh, Lord. You don't want it. Come on now. Oh, Lord, man. Mercy. Come on now. They gonna want it now. Come on now. Come on now. Oh Lord, have mercy. The Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. Come on now. Come on. Ooh, come on now. Ooh, the Lord has been loose. The Lord is loose. He's out the cannon. He's out the little box. What the Spirit was hitting for years and billions and billions and billions and billions of years. The Lord is loose. The Lord is loose. Lord have mercy on the one above all. The Lord has been loose. The Lord is loose. Grenades everywhere. Oh, come on now. Oh, now come on, teammate. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's the Lord of above all. Oh, Lord. Come on now. Watch it. Oh. Oh, Lord. That was a sneak attack. It was called a sneak attack. I was watching you. Come on now. Let's get this. Oh, Lord, no. Oh, Lord, no. Oh, Lord. Come on now. Come on now. When the sun was made, it wasn't made by itself. It was made by the Lord. And the Lord combined all of it. And all of his energy was spread out to all the universe. The Lord is loose. Oh! Let me get him. Oh, come on.
Oh, damn, my kid's fighting.
Perfect. Woo! Oh! Man, I should have had him. Come on. I'm checking it out. Listen.
Damn, teammate.
Where we at?
You excuse.
Where the Lord at? Lord is low. Oh, the Lord is loose. Have mercy, Lord. Ah! They're always watching me over there, bro. Feel the power of the universe. Ah!
Nah, I won't wait smoking. I don't want it. That's a book. My smoke grade right there.
Secure the objective. Enemy counter spy plane inbound. Taking A. We're in the lead. Enemy top C.
Damn!
Losing Alpha.
Ah, wrong turn.
Hostile sentry turret. Losing B. Losing B.
Come on now. Anybody on B? Anybody on B? I need help, man. Come on now. Come on now. Where the help at, man? Come on now, the girl said I'm doing drugs, man. Where you at, man? That's you on top? That's you on top? Talking shit about me, I'm on drugs, man? You know better, man. Fuck you talking about I'm on drugs, yo? Who's talking that shit, yo? Fucking take me out my zone, bitch. How dare you talk about the great one on drugs? What the fuck you talking about, bitch? Huh? Say your name, yo. State your name, yo. State your name, bitch. You wanna fuck with me, yo? Come on, yo. State your name, yo. What are you talking about, man? You can't have fun over here. You gotta be fucking people in my ears harassing me. You wanna fuck with me? Huh? State your name, bitch. Talk to me, motherfucker. So I can make your life a living hell. Talk to me. Is that used fish? Huh, bitch? Come on now. Fuck this bitch up. It doesn't matter if it was you or not. You gonna get it. Just for being in the lobby. Just for being in the lobby, bro. Talk to me, come on. I'm here with you, bitch. Come on, fish. I'm here with you. I'm gonna fuck you up, fish. Fish, I'm gonna fuck you up. You gonna get it.
Damn, I shot a teammate.
You gonna get it. You talking shit to me?
Bravo lockdown.
On how? Alright, that's a. Me and you got beef. Just for saying those quotes. I want you to remember when I fuck you up. Was I'm on drugs? Fish? Spice? Fish? Oh, we're gonna go at it. You want him, right? This is what you want? This is what you signed up for, anyway.
Spice said he was talking junk about you.
I'm here, motherfucker. I'm here, bitch.
Oh.
I'm here, cocksucker.
Did you not just get played again?
I'm here, cocksucker. I'm here, cocksucker. The game of the play is my dick in your mouth. The game of the play is my dick in your mouth. Talk shit in Lord Skeletor. I'm on drugs, bitch. I'm on drugs. I'ma fuck you up. Fuck you up for that, yo. Motherfucker. Bitch. Man. How you bitch. Spend $4 for like 4 cigarettes. What? I'm horny, bro. Where control at, yeah? How about my control?
the point I'm
Shut the fuck up,
bro.
Shut the fuck up.
That's not very nice.
I'm sorry? Hey, can anyone hear me?
Your mother can hear you, motherfucker. She gets me horny, you know. Fucking horny already, man. Fucking white pussy, man. White feet, white toes. Ah, come on, man. What the fuck, man? Damn. Shit, man. Oh, 6 stones. Oh, 6 stones. Mercy.
Hardcore domination.
Right, it's so delicate.
Taking Charlie.
Oh, we came up with this. This is beautiful.
Taking Bravo. Capture the objective. Enemy has Alpha.
What the fuck?
C secure.
Come on, man. Stop that shit, man. The fuck is that, man? I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette. Oh, Lord. What the fuck was that?
Damn.
Come on, man.
B locked down. Losing B.
Oh. Oh, Lord. He's behind me. Oh, he's in the office. Whatever you call that shit. VIP room. VIP. Oh, Lord. You can tell that you can tell when the controls on. Come on, that took me all over. What was that? He's over there. I don't know if I can hit him, man. There's 2 of them.
Losing B.
Oh, Lord. He's there, he's waiting, he's waiting for you. Oh, nigga, oh, motherfucker, I seen that shit. Oh, no. Oh, there was another one in there, he's in the VIP room. Oh, Lord, have mercy. The Lord is coming. Jam is up. Oh, what the fuck? How he shot me like that? It's over. It's over. That had a great time.
Fallen behind.
Damn. Shut the fuck up.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Shut the fuck up.
Bravo.
Come on now. Come on now. Y'all love shooting people with this fucking gun, y'all. This is a gun you could get hooked on, man. Separate, separate.
Taking A.
Grab that A, grab that A. I was gonna throw a drop sign. What? Where he's at? Oh, Lord. I missed him. I should have had him, but I want to switch to the other gun. Beautiful gun, brother. No! No fucking way, man!
Time's against us. Turn this around.
Yeah, they'll get.
No! I'm gonna bury you, little cockroaches!
Being jammed.
Come on, man. Jam what, man? What are you talking about over there, man? Your little plans and shit.
Talking about
You and your little plans over there, man. You and your little plans. What you got a cat next to you, huh? And you scrubbing the cat. You can't fuck with me, huh? It's the golden goose. It's the golden goose.
Oh,
it's time for action. No, you better lower your mouth or open your mouth. Come on now.
Secure the objective. Securing Alpha. Hostile spy plane established overhead. Alpha locked down. Enemy has C. Securing Bravo. Enemy took B.
Come on now, I needed some help on B, man. Come on now. Need help on B. Need help on B. Need help. Come on now, I need help on B, man. Come on now. Who's on my team, man? Come to B, man. I need help. Come on now.
Bravo locked down.
Come on now.
Maintain current posture. Losing A.
Where the fuck is A at? Damn. Coming back. Hold that B. Hold that B. Hold that B.
Hostile sentry turret active.
Dang, damn, y'all. I was trying to go fucking over there, bro. Where he's at? What corner he's at, yo.
Oh, wow.
Shut the fuck up. Where he's at? Come on now. Where he's at? Where he's at? Oh, there he go. I was gonna shoot in there, man. I'm gonna have to blast this shit next time. Fucking shoot in there. I'm here, man. I'm here, man. We almost close. We about to take the lead, y'all. We about to take the lead. Make sure you stay on B. Make sure you stay on B. They coming from B. I need some help. Oh, I need some help, man. I needed to kill him. I need some help. Good shit, good shit. I'm here.
Losing Charlie. Losing B. Spy plane established overhead.
Come on now.
Air patrol available for tasking. Enemy spy plane inbound. Losing B. Enemy HAHA established above.
Let's go to B, go to B, go to B, y'all. Go to B. He's behind you, ladies, behind you. We almost home, y'all. We almost home.
Enemy air patrol inbound. Losing Bravo. As good as ours.
We almost go home, baby. Oh, my fault, lady. I need help, lady. Hurry up. Oh, it was my mistake. Oh, Lord. I fucked up.
Shut the shit out of me, yo.
Oh, Lord. I fucked up big time. We gotta go to B. Oh, Lord. We gotta get that B back. Oh, Lord. Get it back. Get it back. Oh, we fucked. Damn, y'all. Damn.
Situation diffused.
That little mistake right there would have cost T.G.E. Come on. I gotta back out. There's people with me? Oh, Z's with me. I gotta back out, Z. This is too hot. Oh, look! Have mercy! Play like 4 or 5 more games. I'm gonna take a break. Come back, Z, and I guess play with the people who are awake. I gotta smoke me a blunt while I fuck with Z's right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is my last games until I come back in the night. Roll up this blunt. Look. Yeah, that was the game, man. For like 3 games. Take a break. Jeez, I don't know if you're here. I'm trying to do this shit quick. If Z's not here, I'm gonna take a break. If Z's here, I'm gonna play 3 games, 4 games. Play 4 games with Z and then come back. Take a break. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40. And come back to the people who survive. You gotta do this, man. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? They're like, damn, you in a rush? No, man, I'm not rush. Yo, everything's a schedule, man. This shit is like, it's not easy, man. You gotta pee, throw your pee. You're supposed to mute the next person. Yes, no, but I'm doing my stream. You know what I'm saying? This is for the people. So I say to my teammates, when I'm peeing, just turn off your mic, put it on mute. I only want the people that are seeing my stream hear my pee. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But it's difficult. It's difficult. I'm gonna get some cigarettes, y'all. I want some more cigarettes. Cigarettes, this is way better than the fucking blunt. Fuck. Before the store closed. Z still here? Alright, so I'm gonna play. Z wasn't here, what is this? What about my blunt? Oh shit, we got a fucking problem. Oh shit, we got a fucking problem for real, bro. Oh Lord, have mercy. Come on now. Oh Lord. I don't know where the blunt at. Oh, there you go. Let's go and play 4 games. Z left? Nah, Z left. Come back. Oh, Lord.
Children's Zone Promise Academy is a premier charter school that's closing the achievement gap and helping all their scholars get into college. HCZ Promise Academy accepts applications from children as young as 3 all the way to 11. Be a part of a community that provides free after-school programs, healthy meals, and college scholarship opportunities. Enroll your scholars at HCZ Promise Academy today, where they promise to do what it takes to get your child to and through college. Learn more and apply at hcz.org.
The Affordable Connectivity Program has ended, but Verizon is committed to keeping you connected with Verizon Forward. For a limited time, eligible customers who qualify for Verizon Forward can get $0 a month for 6 months. Check if you're eligible for Verizon Forward by visiting verizon.com/Verizon Forward. Offer ends 9/3/24. Availability varies. For new eligible residential customers, the first sign-up requires 300 megabits per second internet and they qualify for Verizon Forward. Subject to credit approval. $99 setup charge applies. Must install activate service by 9/30/24. After 6 months, you'll be charged the then current price. Approved verification documents required.
Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. So visit my Top Dog Law. Top Dog get you top dog. Go to TopDogLaw.com. That's TopDogLaw.com.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you will actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Memorial Day savings at PC Retro Son.